There is this quiet little mystery that I think about a lot. And you have probably noticed it out in the real world too, but maybe never had the exact words for it.
Oh, yeah. What kind of mystery?
Well, think about two people who are exactly 40 years old. Like they were born on the exact same day, the exact same year.
Right. Same exact age on paper.
Exactly. But when you actually look at them, one of them is just bouncing around. They have the energy and the joint movement of a 30-year-old.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Right. And then the other person looks and feels and just functions like they are pushing 55.
Yeah, they wake up super stiff, or they have that massive energy crash right at 2 in the afternoon.
Yes. Or their blood work is just a total mess. And I always wonder, why is it that two people sharing the exact same time on Earth can be aging at totally different speeds on the inside?
It is wild to see. And honestly, we usually just write it off as luck, We assume one person just hit the genetic jackpot.
I mean, that is what I always thought. You just get what you get.
Right. But it really isn't just luck. That inner wear and tear,
Yeah.
it is highly measurable. And more importantly, it is highly flexible. It
Oh.
can change.
Which is just so cool. And that is actually the whole mission for our depth dive today. We are looking at some amazing material today from places like Yale and Duke.
Really amazing stuff.
Yeah. And we want to uncover what this inner age actually is, like how they measure it beneath the surface and how these normal daily choices can change and even reverse this hidden clock.
It changes everything when you learn about it.
It really does. I am genuinely curious about the nuts and bolts of this because, I mean, most of us treat aging like this freight train that we just cannot stop. We just brace for impact.
Like there is nothing you can do but watch it happen.
Exactly. But if our birth age is just the number of birthdays we have had, what exactly is the body counting to come up with our inner age?
That is the perfect question. So to understand how to change your inner age, we have to know what the body is actually tracking. Your birth age is fixed. It is just the year since you were born. It never lies. It never changes speed. It just ticks forward.
Right, like a normal clock.
Right. But your inner age, your body age, is an estimate of how your cells and your organs are actually working right now.
Ah, so it is looking at the actual state of things.
Exactly. It measures the built-up damage and the body's ability to repair that damage.
So it is kind of like a car. It is not about how many years the car has been on the road, but how much wear and tear the engine has taken.
Spot on. And how well you have been doing the oil changes and the maintenance.
I love that. So how do they actually measure the engine?
They look at specific markers in your blood that change as our cells break down. So things like swelling levels or inflammation and your blood sugar patterns.
Okay, stuff you get checked at the doctor anyway.
Exactly. Your cholesterol ratios and how well your kidneys and liver are filtering out waste.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And the folks at Yale made this thing called pheno-age. It takes those common blood markers and combines them into one single health score.
Oh, wow. One score.
Yep. And that one score predicts your long-term health way better than just asking what year you were born.
That is so interesting. But the stuff we read from the other teams goes even deeper than blood tests.
Right. Way deeper, down to the gene level.
Right. The DNA clock. When I was looking through this, the whole concept of gene tags really struck me.
It is deeply fascinating.
So tell me if this analogy works. If our DNA is like a piano keyboard that we are born with, and those keys never change, then these little DNA tags are like the sheet music telling the body how to play the song.
That is actually a beautiful way to picture it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because every cell in your body has your exact DNA sequence. The piano keys are the same everywhere, but over time, these tiny chemical tags attach themselves to your DNA.
Like little sticky notes.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And the DNA clock does not measure the DNA itself. It measures where those tiny tags are sitting.
And what are the tags actually doing? Are they turning the genes on and off?
Exactly that. Imagine one of those tags acting like a physical roadblock on a strand of DNA.
Okay.
When it attaches to a gene, it blocks the cell from reading that gene. It just silences it.
Oh, wow. So the gene is still there, but the body just ignores it.
Right. And as the years pass, depending on your lifestyle, these tags move around. Good protective genes might get turned off.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And the bad ones, like the ones that cause inflammation, they might get turned on.
Which brings up a really, really big question for the younger folks listening. Because, I mean, I remember being 22 and feeling like I was made of solid steel.
Oh, it'd be 22 again.
Right. Late nights, awful food, and it barely registered. I felt fine. Do people in their 20s just get a free pass? Or is that sheet music already being written?
I hate to break it to them, but the sheet music is already being written.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Your energy bounces back fast in your 20s for sure,
Hmm.
but the inner machinery does not get a pass.
So the damage is still happening.
It is. That exact window is where your daily habits quietly set the pace for your inner aging later on.
That is kind of scary. So
Yeah.
the 20s set the pace. What happens in the 30s?
By the time you hit your 30s, you start seeing the first hidden signs.
Like waking up with a stiff lower back,
Hmm.
or realizing you just cannot eat a heavy dinner at 10 at night anymore without waking up completely wrecked.
Exactly. Or maybe your sleep feels just a little bit lighter, less restful.
Yeah, you wake up feeling like you didn't really sleep.
Right. And most people just ignore these things.
Yeah,
They think, well, I guess this is just part of getting older.
we just accept it.
We do. But those are actually early body signals of cellular stress. And by your 40s, those quiet shifts turn into real concerns.
Like blood pressure creeping up.
Yes. Or that afternoon energy dip hitting way harder because your cells just aren't handling blood sugar as well.
Which connects directly to that Duke study we were looking at.
Oh, that study's incredible.
It really is. They followed people from birth all the way into midlife, checking these exact inner markers. And they found that by their mid-30s, some people were aging biologically at like almost 3 times the rate of others.
3 times. It is hard to even grasp.
Yeah. Like 2 people who are 35, and one is literally aging a whole year inside for every 3 years. The other one ages.
It is a massive gap. And, seeing that often makes people feel kind of doomed.
Like they just have bad genes.
Exactly. If you are aging fast, you just assume it is genetics and you are stuck with it.
Well, let's shatter that myth right now, because the data pushes back hard on the idea that we are just at the mercy of our genes.
So hard. The lifestyle choices we make, the things we actually control, account for the vast majority of how fast we age inside.
I heard someone say once, our genes load the gun, but our daily habits pull the trigger.
That is so true. It is all about the habits. So that is the first big myth gone.
What is the second one?
The second myth is that fixing your inner age means you have to buy super expensive, fancy anti-aging pills or some rare extract from the jungle.
The marketing is so good, right? They make you think health is just something you buy in a bottle.
They really do. But the evidence clearly shows that basic, boring habits, like your sleep timing and holding onto your muscle and just managing your stress, they change your DNA tags way more than most of those costly supplements.
It is almost too simple for people to believe. And then there is the third myth, which I actually think is the trickiest one.
The feeling fine myth.
Yes, the whole I feel fine today, my energy is fine, so my aging must be totally fine. We rely so much on how we feel right in this very second.
And the problem there is that your inner markers shift in silence.
They sneak up on you.
They do. Chronic swelling and blood sugar issues build up for years, long before you feel anything wrong. You feel fine today, but the hidden clock is still ticking.
But here is the part that completely blew my mind. We are so trained to think of aging like a car's dashboard.
The mileage tracker.
Right, the odometer. It only ever goes up, mile after mile. You can never roll it backward.
Not without breaking the law, anyway.
True. But this gene clock, it doesn't just slow down. Under the right conditions, it can actually run backward.
It is a total shift in how we think about the body.
It is wild.
There was this one study where they just used diet, movement, and stress tools for 8 months. Just 8 months.
Yeah, what happened?
They actually lowered the inner age of the people doing it. They measured it, and their DNA tags were showing a younger body.
So inner age is less like an odometer and more like a credit score.
Oh, I love that comparison.
Like, if you have spent years missing payments on your body, your score tanks. But if you start making the right daily deposits, your score actually heals itself.
That is exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Our bodies have this amazing built-in way to clean up damaged cells and rebuild.
The cell cleanup crew.
Right. You just have to give the body the right environment so the crew can do their job.
Okay, so if fixing that credit score means we have to change the environment, what are the daily deposits we need to make?
It seems to come down to, like, the very boring choices we make on a random Tuesday evening.
These days are very important.
They really are. So let's look at the raw materials first. Our food.
Food is the most direct way we talk to ourselves. And there are some very specific foods that help.
Like fatty fish, right. Salmon is huge for this.
Yes, salmon is packed with omega-3s.
Let's dig into the why there, because we always hear omega-3s are good, but how do they actually talk to the aging clock?
Well, every single cell in your body is wrapped in a wall made of fats.
Okay.
When you eat omega-3s, your body physically puts them into those cell walls. It makes the walls softer and more flexible.
And why does that matter?
Because a flexible cell wall lets good nutrients in and pushes the bad cell waste out much faster.
Oh, like upgrading the plumbing.
Exactly. Plus, omega-3s help build these tiny molecules that literally switch off the body's swelling response. They turn off the stress that speeds up aging. That makes so much sense. It is not just a vague health tip, it is actual building material for your cells.
Exactly.
And what about berries? Like blueberries and strawberries? I know they have those cell guards antioxidants, but how does that help the credit score?
Think of cell damage like biological rusting.
Resting.
Yeah. As your cells make energy to keep you alive, they make this toxic exhaust, free radicals.
Ah, right.
These exhaust molecules bounce around inside the cell, breaking things and mutating your DNA.
That sounds terrible.
It's not great. But berries act like molecular sponges. They soak up that exhaust and neutralize the rust before it can cause the damage that ages your gene clock.
So berries are basically rust protection for our DNA. I love that.
They really are.
Now, I also saw leafy greens on the list, spinach and kale and stuff.
Leafy greens are vital. They are just packed with folate.
And how does folate connect to the DNA piano?
If we go back to those chemical tags, the sheet music that turns genes on and off, the body needs raw materials to actually make those tags.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Folate is one of the main ingredients for those tags. When you eat greens, you are literally feeding the body the ink it needs to write your healthy sheet music.
We are providing the ink. That is so cool. Now, what about fermented foods, like plain yogurt or kimchi? It said they help with gut and brain stress.
Oh, the gut-brain link is huge.
But how on earth does a happy stomach lower my inner age?
It all comes down to whole body stress. When your gut ferments fiber, it makes these short-chain fats.
Okay.
And those fats talk directly to your brain through the vagus nerve.
The long nerve that goes down the neck.
Yes. The gut fats send a message up that nerve, basically telling your brain, hey, it is safe down here, we are all good.
Oh, wow.
And when the brain gets that safe signal, it stops pumping out cortisol, our main stress hormone.
And lower cortisol means lower swelling, which protects the DNA tags.
You got it. It acts like a shock absorber for your daily stress.
That is just brilliant. Add in some olive oil and walnuts and maybe some broccoli for cell repair, and you have a really solid list of deposits.
It is a great Tuesday dinner.
But let's look at the withdrawals. What are the things that just smash the fast forward button on the clock?
The biggest ones are sugary drinks, sodas, sweetened coffees,
Because of the sugar crash.
because they cause super rapid spikes in your blood sugar. Over time, that high sugar makes these sticky molecules that literally cross-link and stiffen your tissues.
Stiffen them, like physically.
Yes, from your blood vessels all the way to your skin.
Which totally explains the stiff joints in the morning we talked about.
Exactly. And heavily processed snacks or deep-fried fast food do a very similar thing with swelling.
But I want to zero in on a habit that is just as bad, but we rarely think about it, eating a huge meal late at night.
Oh, the timing, yes.
Because it is not just about eating the right foods, is it? It is the difference between eating a rushed fast food burger at 11 p.m. while scrolling on your phone.
In the dark.
Right. Versus eating a home-cooked meal early and dimming the lights. Why does the body care so much about our evening habits? If it is the same food, why does the hour matter?
Because your body simply cannot digest food and run the repair crew at the exact same time.
Wait, they can't multitask?
Not well. Both of those jobs take massive amounts of energy. Your body wants to do its deepest repair work while you sleep.
Okay.
But if you eat a big meal at 9 p.m., your body spends the first half of the night just dealing with the blood sugar spike and trying to break down the food.
So you are basically forcing the night shift repair crew to do daytime digestion work.
Yes, the cleanup just doesn't happen.
And what if you are scrolling on your phone past midnight?
The blue light from the screen stops your brain from making melatonin. And melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone. It is a really powerful cell guard that protects the brain.
So if you mess up that evening routine, the repair shift gets canceled.
Yep. A bad Tuesday evening means you wake up on Wednesday biologically older than you had to be.
Wow. And the slow buildup of those random Tuesdays goes totally ignored until the blood work shows a huge problem 10 years later.
It compounds quietly.
Which brings us to the bigger lifestyle picture. Because food only gets us part of the way there. You can eat all the spinach and salmon you want, but if your day-to-day life is pure chaos, your inner clock will keep racing.
Absolutely. Food is just one leg of the stool.
Let's dig into the big three lifestyle pillars: sleep, movement, and stress.
They are the foundation. And with sleep, consistency matters even more than just the total hours.
Meaning like going to bed and waking up at the exact same time every day.
Yes.
But why is that better than just sleeping in on Saturday to catch up? I love sleeping in.
I know, we all do. But every organ in your body has its own internal clock. Your liver has a clock. Your heart has a clock.
Really?
Yeah. And when you keep a steady sleep time and you get some morning sunshine in your eyes right after you wake up, you sync all those little clocks together.
Like setting all the watches in the house to the same time.
Exactly. When they are synced up, the repair crew works perfectly. But when you shift your sleep times every weekend, it is like putting your cells into permanent jet lag.
They never know when it is safe to start cleaning house.
Right. They're just constantly confused.
Okay, let's talk about movement, because I think a lot of people hear lower your body age and they think they need to go run a marathon.
Oh, please don't start with a marathon.
Right. But the things that actually work are so much more manageable, like lifting weights. Why does resistance training matter so much for the aging clock?
Because muscle isn't just there to move your bones around. Muscle is a highly active metabolic organ.
Meaning it burns energy.
Yes, it acts like a massive sponge for excess blood sugar. As we get into our 30s and 40s, we naturally lose some of that muscle.
Which means the sponge gets smaller.
Exactly. But if you lift weights 2 or 3 times a week, you keep the sponge big. It gives your body a safe place to store sugar, which keeps your insulin levels healthy.
And insulin levels are a huge part of how they measure your inner age.
Massive part.
Okay, the second type of movement is the one that I found almost too simple. A short, 10-minute walk after meals.
It is magic.
I mean, I know walking is good for you, but can a quick 10-minute stroll after dinner really change our DNA tags?
It really does. And it comes right back to the blood sugar curve.
How so?
When you eat, your blood sugar goes up. If you just sit on the couch right after, your body has to pump out a huge surge of insulin to forcefully shove that sugar into your cells.
And that spike and crash causes swelling.
Yes, but walking changes all of that.
Doesn't the food still break down into sugar, though?
It does. But when your leg muscles contract during a walk, they trigger these special side doors on the muscle cells to open up.
Side doors.
Yeah. They let the sugar enter the muscle directly for instant energy, completely skipping the need for an insulin surge.
Wait, really? The muscle just drinks it up without the hormone?
Exactly. You physically absorb the sugar spike before it can even cause damage.
That is just brilliant. It is not about burning calories. It is about managing the chemical reaction to the food you just ate.
You are changing the way the food lands in your body.
Okay, the final pillar is stress, which, is vastly easier said than done these days.
It is very tough in the modern world.
It is, but we don't need a month-long silent retreat in the woods, right?
No, thankfully. Just 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing every day helps lower chronic swelling over time.
Just 5 minutes.
Yeah. When you take deep belly breaths, it physically massages that vagus nerve we talked about.
The gut-brain nerve.
Right. And it manually shifts your nervous system out of the fight or flight stress state and into the rest and digest calm state.
It is like a physical kill switch for stress.
It really is.
To make this super concrete for you listening, we looked at some real stories of how these tiny changes add up.
Yeah.
Like Sarah.
Oh, Sarah's story is a great example.
She is 34, working crazy hours in sales, high stress, bad sleep, and her blood work showed an inner age way older than 34.
But what is so great is that she didn't flip her whole life upside down overnight.
Right. She just added a strict bedtime. And she traded scrolling on the couch for a 10-minute walk right after dinner.
Just to clear that blood sugar.
Exactly. Over a few months, she ate less processed junk. And when they tested her again, her body age markers had actually gone down.
She repaired her credit score just by changing the daily notes she gave her cells.
Then there was Mike, 47 years old, lots of fast food, barely slept, no weights at all.
And he realized he couldn't even keep up on a simple hike with friends his own age.
Which is such a wake-up call. But his fix was so basic, he swapped the drive-through meals for simple home-cooked meat and veggies. And he added just 2 short weight sessions a week to rebuild that muscle sponge.
And the result wasn't just better blood work. He literally said his daily energy finally matched his calendar age again.
That is just wonderful. And then Jen, who was dealing with those brutal, heavy afternoon energy crashes.
The 2 p.m. slump.
Yes. And she fixed it just by going to sleep at the same time every night, taking a quick walk after lunch, and cutting out the late-night snacks that were ruining her overnight repair shift.
See, these aren't people spending thousands of dollars on wild experimental treatments.
No. They are just normal people, making slightly kinder choices on a Tuesday night.
And that is the most empowering part of all this. The best tools for your inner clock are just quiet, normal habits repeated over time.
You don't have to be perfect.
Not at all. You just have to be consistent enough to give a different signal to your body.
So, what does this all mean for you sitting there listening right now? We have unpacked the hidden clock, we smashed the genetics myth, and we looked at how your cells actually clean themselves up.
The biggest takeaway is that your health is not a fixed destination you just end up at one day.
It is a direction you choose every single day.
Yes. The small, ordinary choices you make, they compound over the years to write the physical story of your body age. And it has nothing to do with the date on your birth certificate.
Exactly. And if you feel like your inner clock might be running a little fast right now, or you are feeling those early signs of wear and tear, it is not a life sentence.
It is just an awareness signal.
Right. It just means your body is asking for a different set of instructions so it can start doing what it does best, repairing itself.
It wants to heal.
It really does. Which brings us to a final thought for you to carry with you today. Think about your routine tonight,
Just tonight.
just tonight, knowing that your cells are literally listening to what you do and recording every single choice into your DNA clock.
Mhm.
What is one tiny chemical tag you can rewrite this evening?
It doesn't take a massive overhaul.
No, it doesn't. Maybe it is just turning down the screen brightness an hour earlier so your brain can make that melatonin. Or maybe it is just taking a quiet 10-minute walk after dinner to clear the sugar. How will you tell your body a younger story today?
These thoughts, these questions, they don't have to stop here. Wellness Geeks has many more podcasts and videos just like this one. Subscribe to the channel and explore other episodes. They all flow the same gentle way. If this podcast felt genuinely useful to your deed, share it with even one person in your life. That one share can bring a real change in someone's life, and it helps Wellness Geeks reach more people who truly need this. If this brought you real value, look for the Join button right next to the Wellness Geeks logo below this video. Click it and become a member of the Wellness Support Circle. Your support helps honest health awareness reach thousands who are silently struggling. Wellness Geeks moves forward because of you. Thank you so much from the heart for being here.